We're back. Break even trading silver. Let's dive into the recap. So, technically, we lost 49 cents on this trade due to swap fees and, well, technically, I guess, yeah, swaps and fees. So, here's the trade. I thought it was pretty solid, and I don't know if my entry. Well, I guess if I'll assess that here. I may have been a bit late on the entry. So let's talk about it. So the origination of the idea was gold's pushing new all-time highs. Silver tends to catch up at some point. That's what it's been doing the past, year or so. So I go, okay, if I don't see a setup on gold, then I'll look for silver. That was the idea. Gonna look at silver. If I can get it, great. If I can't, I can't. So I'm looking here at silver and I'm watching it and I'm like, okay, we're breaking out. Okay. A little something going on right here, a couple highs. Didn't quite like the setup on the one day, so I jumped down to the 4 hour and I go, whoa, very different. Not very different. I like the setup here. We had prior area, we had highs, pulled back, came up, consolidate for a day or so, then break it. So I think I'm thinking about this. I think actually this is trade technically could have won if I had entered at the proper timing, but we'll talk about that now. So I should have, looking back, entered on this candle right here, which would have been an entry under 32. I end up entering at pretty much 32 on the nose. I'm actually pretty sure if it was exactly 32. I just looked at these executions. It was literally 32 on the nose. So I end up entering at exactly 32 on the nose, which ends up being like up here. Okay. Note that for future reference. And in doing so, I'm looking for a push. Well, looking back at this trade, I'm thinking to myself, okay, well, this is a 2.2 risk reward. That's pretty high, right? Well, I originally had my stop loss underneath this consolidation low, just because silver can be a little bit jumpy at times. So I was like, I want to give it a little more of a leash. And then if we get a nice push in our direction, I'll move my stop loss to breaking candle low. So then breaking candle low was this right here. So I moved my stop loss underneath 31.58 or something like that, which ends up netting this to be a 2.2 now. But initially, this was not a 2.2. Initially, it was like a 1.6 risk reward. So that's kind of where that came from. Let me just put that back so you can make it easier to see. So great. Now let's go back and let's talk about what I, looking back, could have done. Now it just depends. This is a situation where it doesn't work out, so you can be critical. Now, if it worked out, wouldn't think twice about it. But now I could be critical of it because it didn't work out. Sometimes, that's how the brain works. We get a push in our direction. Cool. We technically got, based off this morning, we got more than halfway there. So I moved my stop loss to break even. Not only was it that, but it was also a Friday. I'm like, I'm not planning on holding this over the weekend. So I'm just going to move my stop loss to break even on Friday, which is what I did. And then it ended up hitting our break even. We had some news, Trump tariff. This news came out. I don't know. It's just some fucking news. That's really kind of what it is. It seems like we're getting we're being messed around with on some of these. That's why right now it's like bigger time frames reign supreme, because the shorter time frames, it's just like we're getting some, with the initial administration kind of going on, some tariff news, good, bad. Oh, it's kind of like, okay. The overall trends are certainly intact, but the intraday or the shorter term moves are a little bit wonkier. So just, something I'm noting and being aware of that. So cool. It didn't get there. I was looking for 33. Fine. Bigger picture time frame. Where's 33? Is it that crazy? No, it's not even a new all-time or not even a new high for the year. So not that crazy to me. But if we were to go back to this trade, and let's say I had seen the breakout occurring earlier than when I got in. If I get rid of this, pretend that didn't happen. If I enter this where I should have entered, let's say I even enter it at the top of that breaking candle, and I put stop loss under breaking candle low, and I look for a 2-to-1 risk reward, we got it. We got a 2-to-1. We actually got a 2-to-1 within like a day or two. So but the thing is, that's tighter. And I was like, I know how silver can be with some of these wicks. I just didn't feel comfortable playing it that tight. So I played with a wider stop, and then I had a wider target. And I was looking for that's really what it was. But looking back, even if I did not get in like obviously seconds after it broke, because I don't really ever do that. I like to give it at least, a few minutes at least, depending upon the time frames. Like this is a 4-hour time frame, so I'd want to see it hold up for at least 10-15 minutes. But even if I didn't, and I got in at the top of the close or the close of that candle with a stop loss underneath the breaking low of that, or the low of the breaking candle, still would have been a really nice pump to the upside. Nice good trade within 4 to 24 or 4, 8, like within a day we would have hit target. So would have been on this candle right here. So looking back, could have won, but didn't lose. Broke even. So I'm gonna take it. It's not that bad. Yeah, I mean, there's not much else to say about it, to be honest with you, because you can get nitpicky and stuff if you really, really want to, but I don't know. I didn't think that even like, you broaden the picture out, go to the daily time frame. I thought same thing here. We got some upper wicks to break through right here, but we got some strength, some higher lows pushing up into that. It's not like either way. And silver moves, and we've seen silver have days where it's up like 7%. I go back to here. I mean, so I know silver can move quite a bit. If silver is gonna go, like I'm gonna be there for it. In this case, it didn't go. It kind of went, but then it's like not sure, So okay, fine. I'll happily just take the break even. And when she does go, I'll ideally be in a position for it and take advantage of it. So that's the recap. Let me get rid of the alerts and all that stuff because it's now in the past. And so we end up having a bunch of trades close out, or really 2 trades close out, break even, and then these guys on Hood. If you haven't seen the Hood recap, go back and check it out. I would highly recommend it. Currently on the month, for whatever reason, TradeZilla is just glitching, but I'm up like 200 and something bucks, but we'll see what happens by the next recap. I have 2 trades currently open. Just gonna let them do their thing. That's it. 10% discount code TC10 on TradeZilla, link below, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.